Hello, Cancer. Welcome. I'm Ivy Rivera, psychic medium, coming to you with your November 2019 horoscopes. Excuse the hideous board. It is helping me, and I will upgrade if this is working out for me later on. You don't really need to understand what's on here. It's just helping me to keep my thoughts in a perspective because I do tend to talk very quickly. I just want to introduce you to a couple options that we have coming up here. Level 1 Psychic Mediumship Development class is starting in my Ivy League Psychic Academy on November 14th. You can join from anywhere in the world. We do it online through Facebook Live or in person if you happen to be in the Niagara Falls, New York area. So you could check that out, as well as a full list of public events where I'll be working. And if you want to book a reading with me, you can go to IvyRiveraPsychicMedium.com for all of this information. I will be putting the link in below. Also, my next Ask a Medium live show on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube is going to be November 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern. I take your personal questions and I give your weekly horoscope. All right, hope to see you guys there. Cancers, what is going on with you for this month? I want to say, let's see, we have some activity going on here. We also have some here with your parents, and then it looks like we're going to want to watch our money out on these 2 days. But we do have an increase in real estate going on there. There's something on contracts here, so that's going to be work. That could also be legal on these 2 days. And then I'm really hearing more on like love here on the 25th, resurrecting itself again on the 29th. And I'm hearing from your ancestors, work it out, work it out. So we're going to have to figure out what exactly you need to work out there. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now, these are just the most dynamic days that are standing out, meaning that Spirit is saying this is what they really need to hear. All right, so there are most certainly things going on other days in between, and I'll mention it if I really need to. Let's try to stick to time clock here, though. So Tuesday, November 5th, leading into Wednesday the 6th, we have a little bit of talk of your parents and a need to do some caretaking. Now, whether you are doing this with your actual parents or you're just doing this as someone who is more mature, whether you're overseeing people at your job or you're helping other family members, you're helping people, I want to say, who maybe at one time were in a more powerful position than what they are right now. There's a sense of frailty that's going on here, and I can't prescribe or diagnose, but we may even be looking at a situation where some of these people are exclusively relying on your help because they are also somewhat isolated. So you're going to want to keep your eyes and ears open, figure out exactly where your resources, where your time, where your energy and helpful hands should be. Go ahead and apply it there. For other cancers, this is going to be more about verbal communication. So whether you're helping people over the phone, you're helping them online, you're helping them to accomplish something that they can't seem to accomplish. Sometimes this seems to involve technology, or this seems to be an instance where you have this type of superior knowledge, and again, you don't really have the time to stop, but you may need to take them by the hand and lead them to the next stage. It's really not the kind of thing that I see you benefiting from. It's more of a giving situation. The next date that we have coming up for you is Saturday, November 9th. And I'm feeling a ton of love in regards to you and your children. You and people that are younger than you or immature. You and those that need your help. It's also a bit of a give and take. It's a reciprocity. So it's also possible that if you're like a teacher or a nurse, you know, you've been caretaking over others, they'll be giving back to you on that day also. When we're talking about your children, literally, I want to say, give a little extra time and attention to what they're saying to you. I see them gifting you something, and it does feel to me like it brings a significant amount of healing to the heart chakra. For those of you that find yourselves in a love partnership, this could be coming very well through your lover, your spouse, the person that you're dating. They reveal something to you about not necessarily just how they feel about you, but who they are, and it really builds that bond very nicely. So we want to keep our heart and our eyes open on that day. I also have siblings written down here. So some of you may be dealing with literal siblings. It can also be someone that you're in a relationship with in this life, but in a previous life you were siblings. So there's a sense of the two of you building something together. I would not be surprised if you have a friend or a coworker or a brother or sister who comes to you and says, why don't we take our money and pool it together and build this business? Why don't we go see about getting a potential loan? Or why don't we do a startup project? Or, do you want to work with me on this? For some of you, it could very well be helping parents, dealing with an estate, something like this. But there is some type of a project that surfaces as an opportunity for growth. And it does feel as though it will be affecting your finances, okay? So you're really going to want to keep your eyes and ears open for that. The only thing about that is this arrow right here. This arrow is going up into what I call a free will future direction. Anything that falls into destiny charted direction, it'll show up in your astrological chart. I can give 100% guarantees on that. But anything that falls into free will, no reader can give you 100% guarantees because it can be manipulated by you, by others, by time, by circumstance. So the choices that you guys make during that time are going to be all up to your free will. And I want to say you reap what you sow, and it's going to be quite karmic. Pay attention. You're really going to want to maximize that. Now, down here on Tuesday the 12th and then Wednesday the 13th, we have more talk of money for you. Is this? Jeez. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of that for you this month, my fellow Cancers. Good. We are talking about real estate. We're talking about investment. We're talking about an opportunity to upgrade the property that you're already in, or let go of this property and get another property, or buy a rental unit, whatever it is. Hotels, B&Bs. This looks to me like you may be doing this with somebody else, but it's really sort of like you have the keys. You have the master key. You're the mastermind behind this. The information is coming to you. The opportunity is coming to you. It may go through you, but this other person is in here very close. And they place this other person right on your left side. And they show them as having a masculine energy. Does not have to be a man. I don't go by gender, but it could just be a dominant energy. I feel that this person really knows their stuff, and it would be wise to include them. There is a third party who wants to come in that may have two others attached to it, and that's something that you're going to have to debate. How many people do you want to bring in? How many hands do you want in the pot? These are great opportunities for growth. Now, we're going to go down here to Tuesday the 19th and Wednesday the 20th. I have legal contracts coming up for you. Now, some of these do feel like they're work-related, maybe signing on to a new position, or bringing in a new gig, bringing in a new client. For some of you, I see you actually signing. For those of you who have been debating on like writing a book, or you're trying to publish, that's the day you get a publisher. That's the day maybe you strike gold, with your YouTube channel or any media that you're doing. I'm seeing like news interviews, print, all kinds of things. So we're talking though about contracts. And basically if you're signing a contract, you're going to be there a minute. I feel good about it though. I do feel that for some of you it's more legal. So anyone dealing with a court case, for some of you it felt a little bit more like estate or even custody. I feel things getting finalized. For those of you who are dealing with, what's it called? With your health, like an injury case, a disability, that's the word I'm looking for, okay? Disability case, you might be finding out what your answer is on that day, and I actually feel it very heavily leaning in your favor. I just want to add this in real quick. If you are in a position to make an agreement or avoid court we're coming to maybe just work this out, but you're going to be taking a significant minimization, if that's even a word, if you're going to be taking a significant cut to what you could be if you fought, I think you need to heavily consider, is it going to be worth the time, the effort, the push, the energy that I'm going to invest to get that extra amount out, or do I want to settle? Then we want to look down here at, it looks like Monday the 25th, and then Friday the 29th. We have a similar theme coming up here on the 25th and the 29th. It's almost like on the 25th. I even want to say for some of you it might be more like the 24th, maybe late on the 23rd, depending on where you are in the world. We have dialogue going on with a love partner, and it's more like all this stuff is coming up to the surface that wasn't resolved. And we have to figure out, are we staying here? Are we going backward? Are we going forward? There seems to be a full comprehension on that day that we can't be stagnant and keep treading water where we are. So we are either going to go our separate ways, or we're going to move forward together. And there doesn't seem to really be an answer to that around the 25th. Maybe you're starting to figure it out, or it's the beginning of that dialogue, but it really does seem to come to you by the 29th. And on that day, I'm hearing from your ancestors and your guides, work it out, work it out. That to me feels like even if you do decide to go your separate ways, you're doing it amicably. We're being civil and very diplomatic about how we say things. I do feel that everybody can come to the table on that day with open hearts. And for those of you that are deciding to take it up to the next level, I feel like even though maybe there's been heartache and there's been hurt, and there's, for some of you, has even been deception, whether it be cheating or someone just broke your trust, there was something hidden about their past that you didn't know about, they did something financially, or they fell off the wagon. For those of you who've been hurt by your love partner, this is an opportunity, if they come to the table, and you have to honor your own boundaries. I can't say for sure, but I do feel like if you can get them to really say, I'm going to AA, or I'm going to therapy, or show for the next 6 months some proof that they're actively trying to do right by you by healing themselves, I think we could take another stab at this relationship, and it may work out. We'd have to assess it later on down the road. Okay, a ton of love to you, my fellow Cancers here. It looks to me like your month in general is all about money and increases and investment opportunities and love, but a lot of healing involved in that love process. Enjoy. I will see you for December. Thank you.